Hello, winners. This is Tony Stewart, blessed brother,
And this is Angie Stewart, blessed sister.
and we are here to present a topic today. I tell you what, one of us has had a awesome energy product tonight, and another one of us hasn't. And see if you can tell which one it is. So anyway, I am tired. Anyway, what's the topic
I
tonight?
took it a while ago too. I'm still going.
Yeah. What's the topic tonight?
Don't let someone else do your thinking for you.
Don't let someone else do your thinking for you. All right. So, when I think about thinking, IBM for years, they had a slogan which was think. Think. It's so important, the power of just thinking. Robert Kiyosaki has a book called Retire Rich, Retire Young. And in there he talks about how he and Kim, his wife, got out of the rat race. And the way they got out of the rat race was that they didn't initially become rich. They got to the point where they were making about $10,000 residually, but they only had $5,000 worth of expenses. Now, what was so key about that was that having that amount of residual income and being able to buy his time back gave him time to think. And with that time to think, he was able to come up with a strategy which eventually became known as the Rich Dad, Poor Dad series and all the things around that, which he never would have done without that period of time to think. That's how important thinking is.
Yes.
Napoleon Hill has something to say about thinking. What does he have to say?
Well, let me read it for you. Accurate thinking. Accurate thoughts involve two fundamentals. First, you must separate the facts from mere information. Second, you must separate those facts into two classes, the important and the unimportant. Only by doing so can you think clearly and accurately. Accurate thinkers permit no one to do their thinking for them. Thus the title of this. Gather the information and listen to the opinions of others, but reserve for yourself the privilege of making decisions. So key. Truth will be truth regardless of a closed mind, ignorance, or the refusal to believe. So true, so true.
So Napoleon Hill thought so much of thinking that he actually named his best-selling book Think and Grow Rich. Did I already say that? This is what happens when you're sleepy. Anyway, there's got to be some scripture that is the basis for what we're talking about today. And just that gives us some direction on how we should be thinking. Honey, could you share that scripture?
Absolutely. Now, we could have went a few routes here, quite a few routes, but I just believe that this one is such a good one. And I want to read it to you, okay? So many of you know about Philippians, the letter that Paul wrote to the Philippians. And along about the 4th chapter, the verses that start around the 8th verse or so goes something like this. So this will probably be really familiar to you. Finally, brethren, whatsoever things are true, whatsoever things are honest, whatsoever things are just, whatsoever things are pure, whatsoever things are lovely, whatsoever things are of a good report, if there be any virtue, if there be any praise, think on these things.
So that's good direction on how to think. So
yes, absolutely.
All right, well, we're going to bring this thing in for a landing. And I want to tell you that we have a special gift laid out for anyone who can tell and put into either the comments or send me a private message and just note how many times I yawned during this broadcast. So if you know that number and are able to send us a private message, send a message to us and let us know how many times I yawned during this Facebook Live, let's tell them what they're going to get.
Well, next time you need to take the energy that I had. Very good. And again, I took it a long time ago, so pretty cool.
That one counts.
Well, what you're going to receive is packaged up for you the scrolls from Napoleon Hill. And it'll be a PDF version, but that's just what it is. Let me tell you, once you start getting this information reading it, consuming it, getting on the inside of you, you're going to be able to set your mind on those things, like thinking what things are pure and lovely and virtuous, and just having all that in you. And as I used to say, GIGO, so garbage in, garbage out. So if you start putting in good stuff, putting all the good stuff in you, of course, good stuff is sure to come out. So get all this information in you, apply it to your life, so that you will have that great success that the Bible talks about as well. So send a message, click on the button that says send a message right here on this page. Send Blessed Brother a message and say, hey, I want that PDF version of the scrolls.
That one counts.
So that I can apply it to my life and become successful.
All right. So I'm going to go get some rest, and we'll talk to you tomorrow. Have a blessed day, and don't forget, if you know the number of yawns I've made during this broadcast, send me a private message with that, and we'll get this free gift right to you. Have a blessed day, and good night.
God bless.